Okay, so something crazy was found involving STRUI Goku that pretty much confirms his EZA is coming. And I mean, this character was one of the older characters who do not receive an EZA actually, which is kind of crazy to think about, but this guy is really catching up. If we go ahead and take a look at this list here made by Misaka, which I actually should have pulled up before, I always forget that. We see Astoria Goku. If we do a count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's within the top 10 oldest characters to EZA. So it makes a lot of sense that they're going to snag Astoria Goku here. Now, how do we know he's going to EZA? The anniversary hasn't even started yet. Whoa. Proton here found this in the data. Still about the latest JP data download, I do not usually check this. STRLRUA Goku scripts were actually updated. Among other things, both super attacks now check and apply a different effect depending on the super attack level during the card cut animation. Something that usually happens with specifically EZAs. So, I mean, just straight up said they're basically going to be giving a new super attack effect to EZA characters. Now we do know that EZA characters do get a new super attack effect when they get, I think it's S super attack level 23. I'm not sure like the exact level it is. I'm pretty sure you have to hit a certain super attack level to get the new super attack effects, something like that. But maybe correct me if I'm wrong. I honestly, when I use A characters, I don't even pay attention anymore. It's instant, right? You know, instant, they're done. But this is cool. This is basically soft confirming EZA is going to be coming, and it makes a lot of sense because, you know, with everything going on with this celebration, it really seems like this is going to be in my opinion, this seems like a Dragon Ball Super celebration. I think makes a lot of sense, right? I mean, we could take a look here. Dokkan Excite Battle is actually Tournament of Power too. Interesting. Okay. That's quite interesting. Dude, I'm Tournament of Power, man. A lot of people were like, Blue Gogeta, even me, I feel like Blue Gogeta was like more likely, but don't count Tournament of Power out as like a major part of the celebration, because even if it's not Tournament of Power, I still think there's going to be a lot of Tournament of Power stuff. There's going to be EZAs. I think especially EZA's Tournament of Power. Like, they can knock out SOUA Goku, Blue Kaioken Blue Goku, and Evolution Blue Vegeta. Tech Jiren. We're going to get the 6th anniversary characters to EZA. Like, that's going to happen. At Sierra Capital they can grab, right? So, just keep that in mind. A lot of the EZAs for the celebration probably will end up being Tournament of Power if it's a Dragon Ball Super theme like I'm thinking. And again, we could see, I mean, it's just counting down through Super. The Beer Saga, Champa Saga, we got 2 Zamasu. Loading screens, we got, you know, Tournament of Power, Jiren, and then obviously, you know, and Tournament of Power, right? Interesting that they don't have one for Golden Frieza. Like, they put the Golden Frieza one here. I don't know why they did that, but I mean, sure. Again, this is just the end of Tournament of Power, right? You could be like, oh, it's the end, but it's just really interesting to me, and I feel like Tournament of Power. Okay, I had a crazy theory, right? I just want to say, I might even just bring this up right here. My crazy theory is, what if they do something like this? DFE LR Beast Gohan and Carnival UI Goku, then DFE LR Full Power Broly and Carnival Blue Gogeta. The reason I had that thought is because we know. Wait, before you say Blue Gogeta can't be part 2, he's too hype. I get that. I understand. Listen out. There's going to be a live stream for part 2 and a fan meetup for part 2. They haven't done that last year. And sure, this is the first year that they, you know, the second year that they're doing this, but I would assume they didn't do one last year because it's like the Carnival LRs they know weren't as hype as like the fusions, right? That's just, or not the fusions, the part 1 LRs, and I think that's a fair thing. But this fan meetup for this year, having also for part 2, I feel like it's going to be a more hyped character, and a lot of people are speculating, what if they bring back the DFE X Carnival format? People had issues with the coins, not the format, and now I feel like people are like kind of adjusting into the coins as well. So if they do something like this, I feel like this would be peak hype. And a lot of people would want Gogeta to be the Carnival LR, but Broly needs a Dokkan Fest LR. Gogeta has a Dokkan Festival LR already. Broly needs his Dokkan Festival LR, and then, you know, Gogeta is still going to be the same rates as it would be in Broly's matter. It wouldn't be as good of a banner necessarily, but they would bring back the... I mean, I would assume they would bring back one of the Carnival LRs. It probably would be Future Gohan. LR Future Gohan might just return on this banner, because Trunks probably would return in this part 1. But like a Future Gohan on this banner with the LR Blue Gogeta, and what if they put, like, you know, Boom on the banner or something, right? It could be a crazy banner, right? Don't discount how good Carnival banners could be. So yeah, it seems like people would be like, find that interesting. We'll see. And yeah, so I guess at this point, let's actually talk about STRUI. It went on a little tangent there. My bad, y'all. But STRUI Goku, I mean, what could his EZA do? I think there could be a lot of things they do with the EZA. Obviously, this has to increase. I'm thinking give him just, he doesn't really necessarily need to keep, like, I think 2 key, and then, let's say, 159% attack and even start of turn. Let's say that. Then he has a great chance of enemies attack for 7 turns, and then high chance of enemies attack from the 8th turn. I feel like they could just remove this. Like, this is not needed at all. Just keep it as a great chance. Or something I've seen someone say is like, what if he has guaranteed dodge that very first turn, and then the rest of this is the same? That could be interesting. If he has 1 turn, the very first turn 1 is guaranteed dodge, and then after that's the great chance and to the high chance. I think that could be really interesting. If they do that. But otherwise, I think best case scenario is to just make a great chance permanently, again, because not that you really get to 8 turns with this guy, but just to remove it, I guess, right? Whatever. Key +1 up to 7, and then 11% attack and defense up to 77% with each attack evaded. This actually does not really have to be changed. This is actually a pretty good multiplicative buff already, so I'm actually okay with what this is looking like. Now, what I think they should give UI Goku is stacking. If they're gonna change the super attack effect, I think they should give him stacking. Like, we have Int UI Goku. Int UI Goku does have stacking, right? So I think giving this guy stacking attack and defense would actually work out pretty well. Let me see. Godly power, I guess, would be the best way to bring up Int UI Goku. Like, we could get you, and then... So the thing about Int UI Goku is that he doesn't really do anything either. He just stacks and then gets up to attack and defense. And then we know that the physical UI Goku, he's also attack and defense stacking, right? Maybe they could even give this guy some sort of supportive ability. Like, the one thing I feel like he won't get is crit. I'm thinking, like, maybe not crit in here. Maybe on, like, if it's like an 18 key, like when performing an ultra super attack, he gets crit. Or maybe he just has crit. Like, what if he builds up crit in here with each dodge? That could be interesting. The reason why maybe not is because, like, you know, the whole point of this UI sign form is that it's mega defensive, but he can't really handle his offensive capabilities. So, I mean, he'll still probably hit really hard anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Maybe they can give him an additional. Like, what if he's stacking, and then when he dodges, he gets an additional for 3 turns that has, like, let's say, a high chance to become a super attack or something, right? I think that could be really interesting. And then he's stacking, he's getting all of those stacks every single turn. And there's no other UI Goku. Maybe you can get, like, a passive kind of like this guy. Or, I guess that's what I was saying, like, again, the guaranteed dodge for 1 turn, and then he has a great chance to dodge for this battle. That could be interesting. Maybe it's like if you fall under 59% HP, or if you fall under 77% HP, and then there's a tournament participant's ally or enemy, right? What if he gets, like, guaranteed dodge for that turn? That could be really nasty. What else could he get? I mean, that's pretty much it there. Like, this guy actually doesn't need a lot, funny enough. His kit is already, like, so well molded. This guy is like, you could take this guy into content now, and then he could be okay. Like, I bet you could take this guy into Fusions and Monster as he is now, and again, he doesn't really take any attacks. The last phase is physical. He could actually be okay there, right? You know, I'm not gonna say he's gonna be good, but like, this character with an EZA, it's very easy to make him really good. Again, these space stats have to increase, and that actually goes quite a long way with this in mind. Maybe they give him, I don't know, like, extra stats with each attack he does as well, or maybe this just even increases to a higher number. I feel like this won't really change though. Maybe the build-up could get faster. That's another thing, but that's what I think about STRUI Goku. I don't think much has to change for him to actually be really good, just because he has a great chance to dodge, right? Give him actual super attack effects though. That'll help out massively more than you think, because this is also multiplicative. So it's like, let's say this is 159%, then that's gonna get multiplied by 77% here, and then all of his stacks that'll get, even if it's 20% stacked and he's like triple supering, this is gonna multiply against all of this together, and then it actually ends up getting to a pretty good number. So even if the stats don't really increase that much, there's a lot of potential for him just by getting super attack effects alone to really get a massive power jump. Plus this guy's like majorly dodging anyway, so that's also important to consider. Now let's see. Alright, so what do y'all want to see for the easy, right? Let's see what people are saying. Big numbers, super attack effects, exponential defense on dodge for the turn. Yeah, that can be good, where like he gets like 30% defense for each dodge. Additional super after 3 dodges, that's fair. Maybe key support for the rotation after 3 dodges. Yeah, what if it's like he builds up like other things when he dodges? Like when he dodges 3 attacks, he gets an additional super for the rest of the battle. When he dodges 5 attacks, he gets all allies like key 1 and then like 20% attacking defense for 2 turns, right? And then that activates like once only or something, like near the end of the battle. That could be really interesting. That could be good. Guaranteed dodge for the first turn, then loses 10% each turn. The way Golden Frieza works to max at 30%. Then he's permanently at 70% dodge. Additional super is built on crits, maybe some type of Mega Nuke turn. That could be cool. Or if he has like, if they change it to like a Golden Frieza kind of passive, where it's like he has great chance to dodge, then plus an additional 30% chance to dodge, minus 10% each with each turn that passes, right? They could do that, and then they can make it separate. That could work. 70% chance to dodge this time. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, here's a kit concept. Raises attack and defense 1 turn, disables enemy guard and causes a hug Mega Colossal. I don't think they're gonna give him this high chance script, because he does disable guard, and to them that's probably gonna be like almost equivalent. And again, the thing with the UI Goku is the fact that he's not complete, right? Offensively, he's like holding himself back a lot, right? Because he's like taking the time to think. I do like the super attack effects, so they're fine, right? 50% 18 key, 12% 12 key, like that's like at least doable. 150% attacking defense, great chance to evade enemy attacks for 7 turns. And then the new passive, okay, no, passive 2, I guess it's okay. Attacking defense 100% when attacking, key 1 up to 7, and attacking defense plus 50% up to 120% with each attack evaded. High chance to evade enemies attacks on with the 8th turn, plus an additional 5% chance to dodge with each attack received. So if he doesn't dodge, he gets an additional 5% chance to dodge. The only issue is this would be just a separate 20%, but I guess. Yeah, sure, that works. Guaranteed dodge for 1 turn, 77% for 7 turns, and 70% for the 8th turn. Attacking defense, bottom 1 dodging, a better one. Okay, greatly raised attacking defense for 1 to 3 turns. Yeah, I guess that would work too if it's like a greatly raised for 3 turns. Guaranteed dodge for the next turn. Yeah, if they give him the Haruto Guard effect, that could work. Then guaranteed dodge HP is 37% or less once only. 37? Why 37? Specifically, I can't remember. Yeah, whatever. Guaranteed dodge minus 10% with each turn, and then doesn't decrease like Golden Frieza. I mean, no, I wouldn't like this because it would still technically be a nerf, I think, overall. Because the 70%, you would get to, okay, so you'd be like at 90%, then you would get to, well, I guess 80, 70, and then 50, but that would be like, or 60, but then it would be 1 turn where you would lose out on the 70%. It'd be better if they do it the other way, that I said earlier. This is probably not going to happen. 222%. You don't understand how big of a number that would be, actually, unless they don't increase this. But this is going to get increased. That would be too good for him, I think. With the great chance to evade, and then, yeah, with the guaranteed dodge, I want to see the game synced up with this easy. How about that one? Check back later. Downgrade when it comes to his dodge chance. Anything else is just added bonus. Okay. Guard before dodge. Okay. Then 30% dodge each time he evades an attack up to 30%. Then just more stats. Super effective. Again, I do want people to keep in mind that this would be separate, because this is dodging. Like, how it works is it's like how multiplicative passive works. So if it's during the attacking phase, is what I call it, right? During when the actual rotation actually starts. Anything during that phase is usually multiplicative, which is why it's a separate phase. So this would be start of turn. Then if you get anything, including dodge, crit, anything that's when attacking, when evading an attack, when receiving attacks, anything like that, that would actually be separate. So it'd be 70% with a separate 30%. Kind of like in Yamcha has a 50% that builds up to a separate 50% with each attack he'll do, right? That's the only thing. But I guess that still works, right? But more sets than super effective. Super effective could work too. I'd be fine with that. But again, super effective, and it's like he has a stable enemy guard. I guess that would work for the allies, right? So it's not that big of a deal. That's everything. Let me know what you guys are thinking. And this guy also has a really good link set. Tons of teams and not restricted. So he'll be one of the most not good EZAs to come out. But thanks for watching again, and I will catch you next time.